gonna bring the hips over to the right, bring them on back and to the left. You done made a little circle, honey. Bring it back forward and smooth that out. Bringing the hands down the thighs.
You better go, girl.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
You weren't ready for that?
Hey. What's up, Wookie Bye? Welcome back to the couch, y'all. On this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. We want to thank you for joining us. We want to thank you for joining us. And before we start this beautiful episode, because it's finna be amazing, y'all. Okay, because I have a really special guest here. But before I introduce her beautiful self, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you press this bell
To get that mail.
to get that mail. Jesus. Okay, so y'all can get these notifications on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so y'all can get this love, so y'all can share the video with how many people? 5, and they can get this love every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. Today we got a special guest, y'all, because we are going to be talking about shadow work, and we have Divine Soul, who is also known as the Shadow Healer, y'all. Okay. Divine Soul is a renowned healer and a true expert in the realm of personal transformation. Through her unique teachings, she guides women and men on a profound journey to self-discovery and empowerment, focusing on the essential connection between the heart and the womb, y'all. Okay? And y'all see my shoulders moving. Y'all know why? Because with her expertise in shadow work, womb wisdom, and dance, Divine empowers individuals to embrace their true selves and manifest their dreams through transformative power of movement. Y'all, because y'all thought y'all was just twerking, but y'all really not. That's what I'm trying to say. And she is going to break down what it is to do shadow work. So let's dive in. First of all, before I do it, let's introduce yourself. Who is Divine?
After that introduction, I'm like, girl, did you write that? Was that AI? Was that me? Was that my bio?
That's you.
Thanks for the mic, friend.
You're welcome anytime.
Wow, you did so well. Thank you for that.
Because you wrote it in your bio. Okay. I just added what I know, because that movement is what you do. It's true. Transformative every time.
What I love is that you're calling me Divine Soul now that the cameras are rolling, but
Taylor is going to definitely pop out at some point. I'm going to call her Taylor because that's who I met her as. Taylor. Y'all, and I was so I was in Taylor's face almost every day when she lived here in the States. And she ended up moving away. And it broke my little heart. It really, really did.
It was a two-way heartbreak.
For sure. But when your friends are living their dreams, they're manifesting their dreams, you let them go with love, light, and all the blessings. And she's been living it up. So how are you today? How's your heart today?
My heart is full, open, active, open. Which is due to the shadow work that I've been doing. I want to say that, and I'm tickled hearing you call me Divine, because that's me too, right? Just understanding like how to integrate the two, because Taylor has so much trauma and such a heavy backstory, and so much to be ashamed of and guilty for, that there was no room for growth and expansion. There wasn't really room for her to even shine because it was heaviness, And so it took me a while to realize, but Divine Soul was born to really begin to live the journey and the path that Divine didn't have the courage to, because of how heavy the darkness was, the shadowy life was, those shadow aspects. And so now we're in an integration where my darkness is meeting the light side. And so we can get into what that means, because people are like, the darkness? Yeah. You got it too.
Okay. All of us do. Okay. So could you please elaborate on the concept of shadow work and its purpose in gaining self-awareness?
For sure. So I'll start with, there is no possibility to really shift into what you're calling in without awareness. Okay. So awareness is the beginning of the shift. For a lot of us, we go into awareness and don't know what to do next, because once you're aware of a lot of what you didn't know before, now we need acceptance, forgiveness, love, and compassion. And that's where the waters get murky. Shadow work is understanding how to not only become aware, but embrace, love, forgive, and accept the parts of yourself that you never had a relationship with. They're shadows because they're unloved. because they're in the darkness, because they're cast out of sight, under the bed, in the closet, where the bones and the skeletons hide.
For sure.
It's shadowy because it can be big and it can swallow you up. And it's dark, but so are your insides.
Yeah.
You think about whenever you take a moment to close your eyes and go within, what do you see? Close your eyes. What you see in there? Tell me.
What you see, Nadia?
What color is it?
It's dark.
It's dark, babe. It's real dark, And so a lot of times when people hear shadow work, they think like, oh, you're going to bring me to the dark side, or you're going to show me something evil. And I'm like, no, babe, I'm going to take you inside of yourself and I'm going to show you you. And I'm going to let you be with that. And then I'm going to show you how to integrate the lightness from what you are learning about yourself. We think we know who we are, but there are so many levels to our truth that many of us can't even acknowledge because we don't even know how to accept it. So it's levels and it's layers to this work.
Because a lot of people, especially my audience, they shy away from shadow work because it sounds really evil. And all of us possess those shadows within us. And it's not enough to just work with the light. It's not enough.
It's false. It's superficial. It's a little fake. It's a lot fake, if I can be real, because maybe you've heard of terms like toxic positivity and, things like that, where people are operating from like this fake woke, this fake sense of, oh, if this is how I am, if I manifest from my thoughts, then let me appear to be happy all the time. If I attract what I am, then let me appear to be what I think I want to attract. And it's cool because you can fake it till you make it. There's truth in that, but if you're not willing to transcend those levels, that superficial level, and go a little bit deeper into what's real, then you're always going to be operating in that shallow pool, which is cool for a lot of people.
For sure. How does shadow work help individuals understand who they truly are and why they behave the way they do? How does it help them? Yeah.
So our shadows are typically birthed from other people's opinions and perspectives and judgments. Getting to a place where you can learn who you really are is like giving everybody they stuff back. Giving everybody what they lended to you, what they threw on your lawn, what they put on your mind. It's like, okay, you hold that because that was never mine. Okay, thank you for letting me borrow this perspective, but take that back for a second. And really pulling back all the layers of what the inner critics have taught you, which are like your parents, your siblings, your childhood friends. These people really create the lens and the filter through which we see life. Once we snatch off those glasses and we just like, okay, let me see with my own eyes. Let me feel with my own senses. Let me be present to my own truth. You get to learn things about yourself. Maybe monogamy wasn't something that you wanted to do. Maybe you never wanted to be married and have children, but you thought that was that was the right thing to do. That's what the church said to do. Maybe you are a reverent Christian and have explored your spirituality, and now through your spiritual community you feeling guilty about going back and loving on Jesus Christ. All of these types of things, that's not your stuff, is what I want to say. So getting to a place where we can learn to bifurcate, delineate, separate what is your truth versus what you're borrowing or holding on to from someone else is powerful. Okay, because on the other side of your awareness is the opportunity to shift.
Sheesh, girl. She been this way, okay? You been this way.
Dang.
That was, okay, so Taylor, there it goes.
Yeah, let it roll out.
When Taylor left Atlanta, and she was like, I'm going to Mexico. I was like, what?
The Dominican Republic.
That's where it was first, right?
Because I met you right before you moved.
We was doing henna appointments.
And so when she was about to leave, I was like, deep in my soul, I was like, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could pick up and just go. And the way you were just talking, it just reminds me of the perspective that's given to us to stay. You ain't got no job. You ain't got no money. It's all the things that tell you what you can't do. And Taylor showed me none of that mattered. I'm going to go because this is where I want to be. And it was such a power move. where you dived in. Okay. And a part of shadow work, that was a part of your shadow work, saying, okay, let me do this for me, not anyone else. So how was that for you when you said, okay, I'm done,
Yeah, that's
I'm
so
leaving?
relevant. That was a part of my shadow work because I got to a point where I realized that I wasn't even living a life that I was proud of. This is with a degree in marketing. This is like with, my accolades in my sorority. This is with like all of the things that I have done to feel like, oh, I can be somebody, the jobs I've worked, the careers I've had. And I still felt unfulfilled. I felt fake, like that word, when I would hear that word fake, and I would get it a lot in childhood, and we can circle forward to inner child things because that's very revealing of like your shadows and the healing that you need, right? But I would be called like fake a lot growing up. I never knew why. Like, what makes me fake, girl? Like, I'm just who I am. I'm learning who that is. She might be different today than she was yesterday. What's fake about it? It's all of that, Okay, so now fast forward through understanding and gaining emotional intelligence. Yeah, it was a lot of things being reflected to me that showed me that I wasn't operating in my full authenticity and my truth. One of those things being just living in a country where I felt like I wasn't happy. I'm working so hard to just be able to earn a plane ticket to go spend a few days out of the country just to come back here to be miserable, sad, depressed, and stressed. And I hate the job I do, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to work extra hard just to get a little bit more freedom to go and spend 3 more days out of the country, And it just started it was one of them conversations with self, like, okay, does that even make sense to you? Like, do you like that? Do you love that? I don't. Well, what would you want to do about it? If you had a choice, what would it be? Okay, well, I would pack up all my things and I would get out of here. Okay, well, what's holding you back? Well, the money. Okay, so then that was me talking. That was my fear, my insecurities. But then God entered the conversation. And God was like, okay, well, you do have a choice. So there's that. So take the if off the table. Yeah. You got a choice. Okay, and if you are as faithful as you say you are, you my child, like I say you are, you believe it like you say you do, then stand on that. Okay, so you said the no money thing. I was like, that triggered one of my shadows. And a lot of people that have like been around for the journey, y'all know I have do we say adult words on here?
Yeah, you can.
I just wasn't sure.
No, yes, you can.
So I have, and I'm gonna just use it's B. It was the BIH, right? But I had a shadow, and I named her the broke bitch shadow, right? Because when you name your shadows, it gives you an opportunity to separate it outside of yourself, right? I don't have to be this version of myself that I don't love or like. I can just look at it outside of me. Okay, that's before the acceptance and integration. That's the awareness part. Oh, that's you. Okay. And so I got to see parts of myself that were really standing in the way of what I needed and what I wanted. So, okay, I have this broke bitch shadow that's like, girl, we can't eat that. That's too expensive.
Listen, okay, broke shadow. You need to, I got it. I'm put mine out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to just start. Yep.
Okay, holla at her. Okay, you might recognize her. You might have one. Okay, because when you go out to eat, she want to order from the price side of the menu.
Girl.
She don't even know what's on the menu. She know what prices is on the menu. Okay, she's like, I'm gonna just get a couple of appetizers because that's cute. Or let me see what these sides talk about down here.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do this salad real quick. Whatever. But when you came out the house, you had $40 hot. You knew you had $40 that you could spend on a good meal, a drink, and a tip. But when you got there, somehow that $14 spinach dip was like, I'm gonna just do this instead,
and eat something at home that I got.
But friend, that's cool. Maybe you're budgeting. Call it what you want to call it, but your shadows will put logic and like rationalize your BS for you and with you. You know what I mean? Because if you standing on I'm God's child, I'm prosperous and abundant and all these things that we know to be true, then you're going to spend that money with gratitude. You're not even going to spend it. You're going to circulate it, right? You're going to put it out there because you understand that what I put out is coming back tenfold. So when you really get true with yourself, am I operating in what I really believe, or are my beliefs self-limiting? Okay. So my broke bitch was limiting my beliefs.
Yeah,
and she was like, you can't go nowhere, friend, out the country. How much that cost? I'm like, well, let me look it up. Southwest. Southwest was like, you can get down here to the Dominican for $100 and something. I think it's maybe like $150 one way. I could eat that one way.
Okay.
I could do it one way. But what about my apartment? Because I have this place. I still got like 2 or 3 months. I think it was 2 months on my lease. My rent wasn't cheap. I mean, it wasn't expensive because that shadow lived within me. But I was in an affluent area. I was in Brookhaven, paying maybe about $1,000 a month, for my rent. And I was doing henna full time at the time. So that felt like a stretch to me because I wasn't going to a job and collecting a paycheck. I'm like drawing on your hand with this henna mud. And
It was amazing too, y'all.
Give thanks.
It was amazing.
I don't understand why you didn't bring that. But go ahead.
What? She did not come here to do your henna.
Not on this platform.
But I got you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You know.
And so
it was more than that, the henna part. It was the fellowship part of it.
No, you're right.
Because we vibed out that night. That was good. But go ahead.
Yeah, spirit. It's so much to be said on it. So I'm like, what am I going to do with this apartment? I got this one-way ticket to the Dominican. How long can I stay? Well, I knew I wanted to be there 30 days. But how does that even make sense? How you going to get an apartment? What hotel you going to be in for 30 days? Who going to pay for that? What about your place here? How you going to work? I had all these questions, And then God was like, cool, let me answer some of that. Let me hold some of them.
Please.
Let me hold that.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. You mean trust you?
In other words.
You mean walk on faith?
Right.
So I had a little barter with myself. I had like, okay, cool. If I can do this and this has met God, then that's what I need to lean all the way in. I'm not telling you to bargain with your God or I don't know how y'all have your conversations with God, but me and God have such a beautiful bond that if I ask for what I need, I'm giving that. So I asked for a show of faith. Just show me I can do this. So God said, okay, bet, here goes an idea. Why don't you put this apartment on Airbnb? And I'm like, well, this is when Airbnb was brand new.
Right.
Okay, nobody's like hustling real estate on Airbnb. Okay. It was a chance I took. And so I did that. I listed my apartment on Airbnb. The next day I had a traveling nurse. She wanted to stay in my apartment for 14 days. Now my goal was to be gone for 30. She booked half my trip. And I'm like, okay, if I can get one to do 14 days, I can get another one and do another 14 days. I'm going. And I told God, thank you so much. And I did my ritual of gratitude. And before that day was over, that lady rebooked her stay for 45 days.
That's so good.
That completed the rest of my leasing term. It gave me money to get an apartment in the Dominican Republic and money to spend while I was down there. I was blown away. I think I went to DR with like $600 in my pocket that I was willing to spend. My rent for the month was $300.
God is good.
Bet.
So I'm like, I got $300 to play with. That's like $10. That's like $30 a day for the next 10 days. Rational, like budgeting, but being open and ready.
Yeah.
Prayed to God one more time. I'm like, God, I love it here. I never want to go home. I never want to go home. Thank you so much, God. This was everything I needed. And God said, you want some more? The week before I had to leave, I go to a restaurant that was owned by a Black American man that specialized, his audience was Black American tourists. He's like, I heard there was a Black American girl that spoke Spanish on the island. I'm trying to figure out who is the myth. What are you doing here? And so we get to chopping it up. He realizes that I do event planning and marketing. And he's like, I need you for my resort. Oh, you have a resort? This ain't just your restaurant. You got a resort? He's like, listen, you tell me what you need and I'm going to tell you what I need. We ended up working out a relationship where I got to live on his resort rent-free, eat from the resort on the restaurant and the restaurant in town. And I was managing his spaces as he needed me. But that was just like, come to the resort today and pick the room you want to stay in today.
I remember that day. And I was just like, wow, Taylor.
30 days turned into a year out of the country because I just trusted. And I believe God said God was going to do what God said God was going to do. Yeah. I stood on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Yeah. So in watching you do this work, it's just like, it works. It works. And you're a testament and an example of that. So I thank you for living your life as that, like the pure example, because that's one thing you've always done now. Okay? No matter what nobody thought about it, Taylor was going to do Taylor.
Yeah, I'm going to be real authentic and real genuine, and I'm learning to accept that. Because authenticity, that means I'm going to be who I am regardless of how I make you feel.
Yeah.
That means I'm going to show up how I need to regardless of how that disturbs your spirit. And then I'm going to trust that people going to be with you and let you understand what that encounter was. And not need to show up in a space where I need to defend who I am to you for you to feel better about how uncomfortable you are in my presence. That's your problem, baby. I can't.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I can't.
And I'm not going to
That's a lot of work for me.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work for me. So it's cool. Because as the vessel and understanding who I am and the gift that God has given me to do this work and live the word, I have to know that means I'm going to embody your reflection. I am your reflection. I'm the mirror.
Yeah.
So I sit before you. What you see on me is you. Whether you like it or not, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm coming here to do my job. You're going to see you. By the
Most
time I'm
people
gone,
don't
you
like
going to know
that.
who you are.
They don't like that. They don't. And I think that's what women, I know us, we have a problem when we see ourselves in other people. Then now you got fake beef with me and I don't even know it.
Right.
I love you said that
That's
fake
crazy.
beef.
Yeah, it be fake beef. It is no reason at all.
Because why you don't like me?
Because you loud, but you could, come on, smile too. Go ahead and laugh out loud,
Because you
girl.
see me and you see who you really want to be.
Yep.
You see this energy you really want to be, and now you mad at me for whatever reason. And I'm completely oblivious to this. But you keep wanting to be around me.
But you want some more.
You want some more, but you hate me. But you keep wanting to be around me. Make it make sense.
It won't. Till they start doing that shadow work.
Okay, but it can be a little more uncomfortable than that too, right? Because we got that surface level jealousy. You see me, I'm cute, you cute, but you don't know if I recognize you're cute, so you like, well, I'm cute too.
Because I ain't said.
Cool, right? So there's that level. We both cute, and we just mad because we cute, whatever. Get over it, whatever, right? But then there's this, right? There's the underlying unconscious things that you don't even know about yourself, that I don't even have language to wrap around myself, but my spirit can feel it inside of you, and it disrupts my spirit, because if it didn't, I wouldn't gain awareness otherwise, right? Let's have an example. Maybe because it get deep, right? So maybe you are a deeply insecure woman, right? Insecure in ways like I walk in the room with other women and I don't really know how to speak my I am, so I get a little small. Not because like I don't know I'm beautiful or talented, but y'all seem very sure on who you are. So I just want to sit here and be a little quiet. I'm a little insecure, right? There's a woman sitting across the room and she can feel you. She don't know what she feels, right? But she looking at you and she's just like, I don't know if I want to get close to that.
Right.
You never knew she felt you like that.
Right.
But you leave the room and now she having side talk with a homegirl that was also in the room with you. And did you peep her? You saw her? What'd you think about her energy? I don't know about her. Right? It's different types of conversations being had. Now you want to tell Joy she's just jealous. No, sis. She resonates with your energy. She feels something in you that is deep inside of herself. And if she couldn't get a whiff of what you sitting on, she wouldn't know she was sitting on it too. You feel what I'm saying? So then y'all start doing work, and then you with open heart. You need open heart for this work.
For sure.
Because a closed heart will make you want to be like, well, F you too, B. I don't need none of that. I don't care. Bop, bop. It gets like that. But when you do the shadow work and you understand that people only come into the encounter with their reflection, oh, you see something on me. There's something here for you to learn on me and for me to learn on you. Open heart will let you lean in a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm curious now. I noticed you got a little bit uncomfortable or you didn't really engage with me. What was that? What were you feeling?
Oh,
I'm curious.
So, and my first realization of that, I went on a retreat with some women. We were in South America. And when I got there, I was so mad. I was so like, I just got angry. I still don't really know why. I thought it was because I was hungry. We have been traveling for 12 hours. So I was just like, I'm hungry. Nobody else wanted to eat. So I'm like, these girls, they like to starve. Girl, I start making up so many things. These girls, they like to starve.
Now you want to eat.
Look, y'all don't want to eat. It's just me. I'm the only one hungry on this bus. And I remember getting to the resort in the middle of the jungle, and Jasmine Wild was with me. And she was just like, she started getting pissed with me. And so when I noticed she started getting pissed, I was like, mirror. That means I'm pissed. So I instantly went to her and I was just like, what's up? And she was like, no, what's up with you? And I was like, she was like, no, seriously, Joe. I said, I'm just hungry. Like, I'm not mad at nobody. I'm just hungry. And in the middle of that, she goes, so what's your relationship with women like? And I'm just like, I said, Jasmine?
She got to reading you real quick.
She went straight for the gut. And I was just like, wow, that was the first time I ever realized that I had an issue with sisterhood. Like, it made me a little nervous. It made me nervous to connect with women that I didn't know. It made me nervous because I was like, they not gonna like me because girls just don't like me. Didn't know that's what was really the inner part. But it's important for you to have, like you just said, the woman that can go, what's up? And like, yes, I am a little pissed with your attitude, but let me talk to you. And that was my first time actually getting healing for the sisterhood link. So now when it comes to women, if I see a woman shrinking herself, it's so easy for me to go over there and go, nah, you beautiful, you can get up. Like it's so easy to do it now, but I don't think it would have happened because I would have still said, nah, it's because I'm hungry.
Yeah, you have to be willing to see it. And to be honest with you.
And all the other women would have been mad at me too. And it just would have been this trickle effect of negativity if that one mirror Jasmine did not come to me and go, nah, what's this thing with the other women? You got to fix that. And I was just like, I was like, I don't need to fix nothing. But after that, I was like, yeah, I do. And
that
so I
shadow
made
work,
it
though,
intentional.
requires a whole different type of vulnerability.
Girls, super
and
vulnerable.
Transparency with yourself, not other people. All of that starts with you.
Yeah.
And it's rough to look at and be like, this is who I really am. All my jacked up parts. This is who I am. Not, walking around with a smile on your face all day and you look cute. It's not that. This is the ugly part of me.
Yeah. And it was ugly.
And being willing to see it.
Yeah, and live in it. And then fix it.
Shadow work doesn't always start with ourselves, though, because the ego is involved.
So big.
And the ego, I love the ego. I love to talk about it. The ego is, just for sake of defining it, the way we see ourselves. Not to attach any emotion to it. The ego is the way in which one views themselves. Okay? So when your ego is involved, a lot of times we don't really see ourselves outside of our reflection in the mirror. You don't really know, how you see yourself. You think you know, but it ain't how cute you are, right? Your ego is who you meet when you're being challenged, confronted, okay? When you're feeling attacked or a little bit disrespected, then that's when you meet your ego. Because that whoever you're protecting in that moment or defending, that's who you believe yourself to be. That's who you think you are. Now deal with that version of you.
By yourself, though, outside of confrontation. And that's...
Because you just got a book. How is that going?
I told you it's rough.
What they talking about?
It's the Shadow Work Journal that I saw on TikTok. It's rough. I took a break.
Why did you take a break?
Because it was rough to even... I think, one, I took a break because it was rough, but I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it, but I was scared of it. But I was enjoying it. But I took a break, too, because I haven't been able to quiet myself enough to really divulge in it and be like, okay, now let's do the work today. Like when I get around to doing it, now I'm exhausted. So I'm not going to be able to do the work that I need to do. So now this week, I have a few free days. I'm going to get back into it because I have the free space. But boy, I told the first 30 pages.
Handled you.
Like a dog in the streets. And I read it, no lie. I was talking to my best friend, Sade, on the phone because I bought her one. I said, I'm going to read you this one page. And it was a sentence. And you had to fill out the empty spaces with your own words. But the foundation of the sentence was already there. Oh, man. So you had to put this in it. In the beginning, it said you have to tap into a truthful place and a transparent place before you answer these questions. So I was like, all right. I did it. I called her. I said, best friend, listen to this. And I was stuttering reading it because she said, ouch.
Yeah. It'd be like that.
It was so painful to even regurgitate back to myself, but oddly, it was so very healing. Like, I'm like, and now I'm addicted to that feeling. Like, now I want to go back and do it some more so I can feel better again, but beat myself up just to lick my own wounds again. Like, so funny. Crazy. That's crazy. That journal has definitely made me, in just a short time, a different woman. In a day of just doing that work.
It's funny because whenever I started seeing that journal trending, because I've been doing this shadow work for a minute. I mean, I didn't create this shadow work. I did not create it. But I did see a space where we're doing a lot of talk about healing, a lot of talk about the light, and it was like an opportunity to get a little deeper and talk a little bit more truthfully, you know? So I felt like I started having this conversation about shadow work in a more public space, and then it just was like, oh, it caught. I ain't saying that I put shadow work on social media, but I'm saying my algorithm and the algorithm ramps up with this talk of the darkness, you know? And so when I saw the journal drop, I was like, oh, damn, I might have missed my opportunity to be in that thought leader position, you know? But I realized that it's proof of concept that people are ready to do this work, you know, and a journal isn't going to be all that anyone will ever need. That's cute. And I love it. And I'm glad that, you know, you have that support, because your shadow work is forever. So if you was like, girl, I got that book, I finished my shadow work in 30 days, I'm going to look at you like,
No, you
friend,
didn't.
Upside down.
No, you didn't.
Girl, you did
No,
what?
you didn't. And a lot of people, and that's the glamorous part that they put on social media too with this journal. They glamorized it. Like, now some people was bawling, crying, like, and then there was the other people, girl, I finished, like you said, I finished this in 30 days and it took me up through. You didn't. If you truly in tune with this book and yourself, and you take time to really be truthful, you are not going to finish it in 30 days. I've had the journal now for 2.5 months and I am not done. I am nowhere near done.
I'm going to tell you, like, shadow work is encompassing of a few different components, okay? You've got the awareness. It's where you first even understand that this is something that I should pay attention to. There's more to me than I met in the mirror, okay? And then there is the acceptance. But acceptance is twofold, because that's forgiveness and compassion, you know? And then once you've got that, then you integrate. So it's like integration is your digestion, you know? Awareness is just like what I'm going to get off this menu. It's so many levels to consuming this meal, right? And so if you're not taking time to digest your food, what's going on with you? You know, you're probably purging a lot, which you gonna do,
right?
You know what I mean? But are you really extracting the parts that you need? You know, are you getting the nutrients from this work? Is it settling into your system the way that it needs to for you to get the big and strong muscles and bones you need? You know, so yeah, integration.
Oh, I'm learning.
So integration seems to involve embracing oneself fully while maintaining wisdom and grace for self and others. Can you explain how this balance is achieved in practice?
Yeah, this is good. That's all you did there, Fred. Your segue was real seamless. You're good at this. You was a professional.
You is.
She is.
That's hilarious.
Wow. I'm living this work right now.
For sure.
I'm living the integration. Every time I hear you say Taylor, I'm like taking score of how it feels in my body, because there was a point in time where my head would roll around to the back and I'm like, who did you just call from the underside? Like, really? Like, girl, that is not my name. Do not call me that.
Yeah. And I remember you used to say that. So every time I say Taylor, I'd be like, Divine.
Yeah. You see her now? I'm like, yeah, say it again.
And you was like, oh, no, call me that. I was like, okay.
You know?
That's my name.
Yeah, learning to love that. Integration is bringing all of the parts into the one. Integration for me looks like all things more inclusive. I'm saying yes more and no less. I'm allowing myself to be. And I'm looking at how that fits into this new version of who I see myself as, this new ego that has formed after the deaths and the rebirths, you know? Integration looks like going to Catholic church with my nana on Sundays, and then being at my altar, you know, in the closet on the floor with my spiritual warriors and guides on Monday morning. You know, it looks like doing all of it. It looks like having a plant-based diet and eating a slice of pizza one day because I feel like it. I got the herbs to detox that when I'm ready. You know, it looks like allowing myself to be that full spectrum being and accepting it.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of grace.
A lot.
It looks like a lot of grace, okay?
For self.
For self, for self. And when you find grace for self, you can give grace to others.
For sure.
The other day, I had a thing, I went live about it because I love to teach from my personal experience. That's the book can share some things, but life is going to teach you what you need to know. So I went out with a friend, and just a real quick, like, I'm emotional about my food, okay? We sit down
girl.
and eat.
Thank you.
I'm emotional about a meal.
Listen. And that's why we connected. So we ate all the time.
But I wasn't eating without you.
Listen.
Okay.
Period.
I love us so much. And so just to keep the story short and sweet, I waited too long to eat. And when I got there, my food wasn't good. And I felt my emotions boiling to the surface. Now, Divine Soul would have done her best to just, you don't want to let your vibration get off, remain in alignment, look around the room and find gratitude for a thing, whatever, cool. But Divine showed up a little late. Taylor had already arrived, right? And Taylor was pissed off. And so now this energy is in my body. I feel it. I can feel tension in places, like in my throat, because I'm not saying like this place. You know, and my stomach is hurting because it's all these things.
Yep.
And now I'm sitting across from my friend and I'm trying to do everything but upset you. And really our friendship was like at a state of acquaintanceship because, and I told her this, I'm like, you know, we're learning each other. And so I don't want to compromise what I need for myself, trying to please what you need for you. We're learning each other. Okay. So what I needed was to move that energy out of my body. I didn't want to sit with it. And I don't want to be fake about it. And this toxic positivity of being a divine, I'm pissed and I want to speak on that. And I need to vent. I need to let it out.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she's getting irate because she's like, oh no, like I don't want to be around your bad energy. Go on in, sis. You can go, because what I'm not going to do is sit with this anger and displeasure in my body so that you can say you enjoyed your night tonight, because I didn't. And I'm not going to stay here long, but I'm going to blow this off. So by the time we pay this bill and get to that sidewalk and that stop sign, I can be onto the next thing.
Right.
But see, the old version of me would have allowed myself to like, let me not show her that I still can be pissed off and curse somebody out at dinner tonight. So I'm going to hold it in. But now it's manifesting in my body in ways that I don't understand.
Oof.
Now I wake up with my stomach hurting. I wake up with a bad attitude. Now I can't even move how I need to in my rising ritual, you know, because of what I went to sleep with last night. Just learning how, like, what healing for yourself really means. And being courageous and bold enough to do it regardless of how it makes the people around you feel.
Healing doesn't mean, I think a lot of people get it screwed up. Healing doesn't mean that I'm perfect. Healing doesn't mean that I'm without flaws, or I don't have emotions, and I'm just so zenned out all day, every day, that absolutely nothing bothers me. I think that people feel like when you tap into the spiritual side of things, like yourself, that it's just lilies and butterflies all day long, and it's not that.
It ain't.
If you step on my foot with a steel toe boot, it's gonna hurt. Whether I'm zenned out or not, it's gonna hurt. And I think people have to allow people that grace to be, yeah, I'm good, I'm feeling good, I'm in my good energy, but you might do something to still piss me off.
Man, I'm going to say it.
And I might say it.
Definitely going to say
Now on a Tuesday, I might let you ride because I feel like I'm giving you grace. But on Wednesday, you got me fucked up.
Yeah. And it's always good to have that safe space.
I think it's always good to have the balance, though.
For
Like
sure.
this zen and you got me messed up together.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I'm holy, but I'm hood.
All wrapped in
I'm
one.
not there yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think you'll ever just fully be there. I don't think it's an end goal. There's no end goal to healing. There's no end goal to being who you really are meant to be. It's no end goal, because you can always be better from when you first started your journey to today. In a week, probably when you leave here, you're going to be feeling different about yourself. And I think people just need to understand. Give people grace.
Yep. And I give people space. I'll be like, I know you ain't, what's up? I'll be like, just go and let it out. And all my close people know, no, just go and let it out. Just go and scream. I'm good. I can hold space for you real quick.
That.
Yep. Gonna let it out.
Remember
You said a word.
Gave Chrissy a whole, we broke Chrissy down at
Come on, baby, let it go.
Louisiana Bistro. We had a whole prayer session at the front of their at the door.
Because she was so mad and don't want to say nothing.
Oh, she was so mad that day.
And that's a spiritual thing too. A lot of people deal with different types of illnesses and diseases because they hold their thoughts in, and people don't understand that you keeping your throat chakra closed like this will cause a lot of things to happen internally in your body. So that moment, I knew my friend needed to scream, to cuss. Let's go, let's go.
It out.
And I'm the one. I will hold it down in the paint with you. Like, yup, me too.
You said such a powerful thing. You need to have that safe space.
Yeah.
You need to have someone that can hold space. And so And so, right, to just bring it all full circle, because I had to first give myself grace to be able to give others grace.
Yep.
There was a version of me that don't want to be around nobody with bad energy. Girl, take that shit somewhere else, babe. I see you hot about your food, but we enjoying our meal over here. Okay?
Yep.
We don't want it around us. I didn't have space to be able to be a container for people that needed to move energy, how they needed to move energy.
Yeah.
So I had a different standard for who could be in my space. That's different now. I can hold you.
Yep, I can hold you.
I can hold you.
Me too. Different
I
now.
think it's a little different for me. I can hold space sometimes. Now, if you one of them people that come heavy every day, and you intentionally come heavy every day, not because
I got you.
it's different.
Yeah,
For
sure.
those types of people, it's different. I can't hold space for you because you come every day and you're intentionally disrupting what I got going on.
Yeah, I mean,
around here.
they normally go on do not like.
Yeah, no, they don't even come around.
I mute.
They don't come around no more because you can't now. You can't even exist in the same. You can't. Not that I won't allow you to, but your being can't. You can't sit in the same energy with me. It won't let you.
I got you.
Your spirit won't let you. But no, I'm not doing that. But you know, you
Working
having a bad day or whatever. You got some bad. I've been around you where you got some bad energy, and I ain't say no because
Not today.
no because it's cool. You good? Just like the other day. That's why I said, "Come here, friend. Give me a hug." And they ain't gotta say nothing else.
I'll be like,
you don't have to
Like,
say
okay.
nothing else, but
Yeah, for sure.
I think like you hit that on the head, child.
She hitting everything.
Child,
Like,
we'll just
all
be here
day.
all day.
I mean,
okay. I'm sorry. Y'all, when I met Taylor, I'm gonna just go to the next one because we gotta.
it's so good.
But when I met Taylor, y'all, we used to go out all the time. Okay, and we used to be brunching it up in Atlanta, y'all.
Baby.
Mind you, half of these places did not have a dance floor.
There wasn't dance floors?
No, she made her own, y'all. Talking about there wasn't
Didn't
dance
even
floors?
realize it.
Are you sure?
You sure
I'm
they didn't?
sure they did not have dance floors, but
Positive.
no matter where this woman goes, she is going to move these hips.
Yeah.
She is going to throw this hair, and she is going to move these arms, and she is going to move like it's nobody's business. I used to be like, you're so fluid. It's just like watching water.
Absolutely.
Y'all, okay? And I used to be so happy to go places and the whole room would just stop and stare. And I would be in the background as shy as I want to be because I can't dance worth nothing. But a part
My friend
of her,
got a two-step though, and it's
I
me.
got a me
You
too.
got a two-step. You hit it on my birthday now. You got a two-step now.
I got a little too. But Taylor used to make my whole day by watching her move. She moves like nobody's watching, y'all. I don't care where she is. And this is a part of her work that she does with everybody. And she has tons and tons of out of the country experiences, healing workshops by just dancing. So tell us a little bit about that.
That is all the things you said. I'm like, yeah, it's so true.
It is.
You know, one thing isn't true. You said.
Okay.
You said I dance like nobody's watching, and I actually dance like mofos is watching.
Okay.
Because I want you to feel it in your soul. Now there may be no one in the room, right? But all eyes on me.
Oh, and they be on you.
It's like that.
Yeah, it's like that. I
like
watched
that.
it. I videotaped it. Oh, yes.
You got footage? Run it back.
I'm telling you.
Good content never gets old. So, what I love so much is that she's really good at her job.
Oh, I know.
She really good at
She
this.
don't know it yet.
She knows.
That's the crazy part.
It's embodied. Okay, because you was like, okay, integration, and then you was like, boom, so you dance too. Yes. And in my integration, I've learned like all of the avenues of me, including henna, right? That's the dance, that's the shadow work, that's the teaching, the education, the traveling. It's all coming to this grand convergence of like, this is who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and it all makes sense. So with the dance, typically I'm doing sacral chakra activation. So when we talk about the sacral, that is your second chakra. That's right below the navel, your womb. That is your energy center for creation. Okay. Men have a sacral also. They don't have wombs, but they have a sacral. it's still an energy center for creation, not just creation, right? That's pleasure. That's learning to embrace things. It's also learning how to develop emotional intelligence and speak on your emotions, right? Just the shadow work, right? And the activation of the sacral and moving of the waist and the hips is shedding trauma and stagnant energy from the body. And so these are just things that I've always just intuitively done and had no idea like what the technology of the body was leading me to, you know? So to share that medicine is just a gift. Like, oh, give thanks. And so, yeah, what was the second part of that question?
You speak about your hip, because you have one coming up.
Tomorrow.
Where's it here?
I know, yeah. So there'll be more, but it's a workshop. It's called Sacred, Sacral, and Sexy.
Okay.
And the element of the sacral is water. And so
if you move like water, baby.
Oh, you see it? You can't make these things up. The point of it is learning to be fluid, learning to embody all that is you, all that you're calling in. And when there are blockages, there is no flow. So a lot of those blockages are emotional, psychological. Most of them are psychological. They become physical blockages. And when you learn how to move the blockages physically, then you allow the divine to flow through your vessel, which is calling in and allowing all that you've prayed for. So there's just a connection to it.
I go to an African church, and when I'm not there, I'm watching online. Come on. But when I started that church, the women moved. And I knew that it was a church for me based on how they would.
I know exactly what that is right there. Yeah.
They would move their hips so fast. And even now, like when I go to the chiropractor, I promise you, he stretched me one time to the point, and it's a short story. He stretched me one time to the point where when he said, okay, so move your legs to the right, get off the table, couldn't move, nothing. But he was like, when the last time you've been stretched like this? And I was like, years. Ain't nobody like pulled my hips like that. And after I had to come back to, I said, no, I'm gonna walk. I said, give me a minute to call myself back to my body. That's number one. Just give me a second to call myself back. And once he did, I laid there and I was like, Joy, you got to start moving your hips, baby. And all I could see was you. And I was like, I'm going to just go watch some videos and just start, twirling just getting this thing loose. And I don't know why that thing was so tight to where when he stretched me, I couldn't even walk. I was like, oh, no. This energy is just stuck right there in my back. And watching you move the way you do, I'm like, it's so much healing in that. And I want all the women to tap into what you got going on. So even if you don't understand what a chakra is or a sacral is, start moving. You know what a hip is, and you know what a twirl is. Start moving that thing.
Move it, and you know how you feel when you dance.
Yep.
And if you're not dancing, try it. It's so liberating. It's like when you put on music and it can change the vibration like this. That's just the next level. Like go from being stagnant and still to moving and fluid. It's like, oh, wait, I didn't even know I needed that. Yes, it's.
No lie, I swear to
Throw that
God,
ass in the healing circle.
Right.
I did that in the shower today. I don't know what made me do it. I was just gyrating in the shower.
Come on, gyrate.
I'm like, okay.
No, I told you I was like dancing in the shower. Like, what? Because why? I've never done this.
Because why not?
I never even had the
It is a
desire
little dangerous.
to.
Be careful. Yeah,
be careful,
Make sure you have
y'all.
a bath mat down.
But I was just like, I wasn't all wild, but I definitely was gyrating and moving my hips. But it was just, I had my little music on and I was just like in the zone, letting the water I was washing my hair, just lit.
But with that element of water too, that's
It was lit.
And
And that's exactly what I was doing. And then I just went to a whole Afro beats playlist, and I had a time this morning. I ain't gonna hold you.
okay, so I
love that.
I want
glad
Taylor.
you confirmed that for me.
I want Taylor to show us a move before we go.
Yes.
And just to okay,
Taylor, Divine.
we all
Divine
gonna do it with
is gonna
her.
show y'all.
Divine is gonna
Because
show
Taylor
us the
moves
move.
is for a different setting, not the couch.
Okay.
But Divine gonna show y'all some moves.
Okay, Divine gonna show us some moves, y'all.
Okay, ladies. So first things first is I want you to get an idea of where your sacral is located in the body. So a good way to do that, we bring our thumbs together in front of us, and we let our fingers here touch, and then you bring that thumb below your belly button and place the palms onto the body. This is where your womb is, your uterus. your power center of all creation, okay? And your sacral chakra. So close your eyes for me, ladies. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, feeling the breath draw into the palms of your hands, and just hold it for a second. And slowly exhale, just feeling yourself ground into the body, your full presence, aware of the womb, as we feel that sacral glowing a bright orange color. Now, boom, that's how we set the intention for dancing into our reality, okay? Bomb. Now let's bring our hands to our hips, feet slightly hip width apart, and a little bend in the knees. The bend in the knees keeps the blood flowing well, but it also makes that booty a little bit heavy back there. Okay, bend in the knees, all right? Get a little weight on it. Absolutely, okay. You felt it. You was right here, straight knees, like, ready. And then I said, bend in the knees, that booty went wong. You felt it.
I did.
Okay, cool. So let's take a moment to tilt the pelvis forward, contracting the abdominal muscles, pushing that thing forward like this, yes. And then we will push it back, bring the tailbone behind us, and we bring it back. Yeah, so we inhale, pelvis comes forward. And we exhale, push it back. Beautiful, ladies. The next push forward, we're gonna bring the hips over to the right, bring them on back, and to the left. You made a little circle, honey. Bring it back forward and smooth that out. Bringing the hands down the thighs.
You gotta go, girl.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
You weren't ready for that?
No.
We can reverse it and bring it back up then if you want to. Yes. Okay, so we start in center.
Okay.
Put your hands on your hip. Push your pelvis forward. This time we go to the opposite direction and to the back. Bring it over to the right and the front as we smooth that circle on around. Let's bring that circle around one more time as we bring those palms down the thighs. Yeah, with your sex ass. Beautiful. Okay, feet together. Yeah, shake that out like this. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, face that way for me.
Someone shake it out.
Face that way for me. Okay, and take your hands. We're just gonna slide the hands down the front of the legs. We leave the chin up high. Go ahead, look at your camera, girl, because you're cute. You drop your head down, bend the knees, and then the hands are gonna come from behind. We're gonna just rub on that booty as you poke that booty up, bring that, yeah, and just stand it up real sexy. Now, in real time, that looks like this. Yes, work it out. And like this. This is how we
I
do
love
it.
that.
Good. That was a lesson for the day. A twerk lesson.
Them hips up, sis. Get with it.
love
Get
that.
with it.
It's
Right.
over. The night I'm finna be in there.
You will.
I'm finna be in there. It's over.
Yeah, work it out.
Don't
It
worry
feels
about-
good. It feels
Okay.
good.
I love that.
You
Thank
got
you,
that?
Taylor. Yes.
Welcome. Welcome.
Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I know I did. Make sure
Yeah,
y'all
let's
moving.
see.
Make sure y'all moving these hips, loosening up this back, and doing this work, this shadow work that never really ends. Okay.
Loosen the back again.
Loosen up.
Loosen this back. But Taylor, thank you. Divine,
good.
thank you for showing up and being present with us today in this
love
sacred
that.
space. I love it. I love it. So y'all remember, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how you glow,
twerk.
baby, or how you twerk, do this shadow work.
Yeah.
Okay. See y'all next time on the couch.
Peace.
Peace.
And don't forget to throw that ass in a healing circle.
Circle. Okay.
Around and around it go.
Hey.